Hi,
Hi.
how are you?
Oh, good. Doing good.
Good.
How, how are you today?
I went to museum. Ima,
Oh,
I sent a full picture.
interesting. How often do you get to go?
First time.
Oh, this is your first time going.
First
Oh,
time. It's a. I this main. Uh, this is. It's about the North. I'll share the essay.
mhm.
Mm.
Okay.
Uh,
Sure. Let's
I draw.
see.
I I'm draw to landscape paintings, especially those with a contrast between open mountains and flowing rivers, where waterfalls drip. There's a sense of light. The rocks and soil express shadow, enhancing the brightness. On closer look, the painting reveals many layers and vari- va- varied brush, stroke, brush strokes, something only oil painting can truly offer. Thought I tend to read the descriptions first. It's when I stand in front of the painting that real insights emerge. What what matters is how I respond to those insights. It's not about finding the right answer, but about how many questions I can ask. Answers can come later through conversations, books, or research. In the end, critical, critical, and the interpretation are always secondary. That's all.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
This is it.
Hmm?
Yeah. I'm not a big art person to begin with, so uh,
Yeah.
when you talk about it's not about like finding out the right answer. This is
Huh.
why I don't like art. I'm more of a math person. I want to
Huh.
find the right answer.
Huh.
So I'm not
Yeah,
really
me
good
too.
at that.
It's a challenge for me. Yeah, me too. Me too. So, yeah. My essay, another part of essay,
Mhm.
uh, at the Shizuoka City Museum of Art, I found a moment of stillness, a quick breath after intensity of the place. Our timid felt just right, as if I had arrived uh, exactly when I needed to. I'm drawn to landscape paintings, especially to scenes with wide open mountains, flowing rivers, and the uh, contrast between the brightness of overfalls and the shadows of rock and earth. When I when I look closely, I see layers, textures, and brush strokes that's very deep only oil painting can give. I often catch myself with the labels before looking, but I'm learning that what matters most is how long and how deeply I stand before the painting. It's about the question I can ask, not the answers I es- expect. Interpretation and critique. When come later, insight comes into the painting itself. Yeah, that's all. かな.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm.
Interesting. Okay.
Mm.
Uh, I wish you did you have any pictures
Any
or
picture?
no?
Ah,
because it would be nice to see what you saw at the museum,
Hmm.
to kind of see what kind of unique museum you're talking about. But that's okay if you don't have it. That's okay.
I'll share. I'll send you before lesson.
Oh, I didn't see it. I must have been in my other class. So I can open that now, so I can see, because it'd be nice to see the picture. Sorry, I'll just open it on the side. Don't worry. So you can continue.
It's a north. North. It means Norway, Finland.
Nordic.
Nordic. Yeah, it's very. I have never been there. I inspire this situation. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It's a poetic essay version.
Oh, there we go. I saw the pictures now. Okay, good. Yeah, these are very beautiful. Yeah, very
beautiful.
Nordic. Very Nordic.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a fjord and a big mountain and big river. I like.
Yeah.
I like landscape. Landscapers. Yeah. Okay. Troy, I have a question. Among these 4 paintings, only one are created by AI. Can you guess which one it is?
I'm going to guess the guy with the fishing.
Yes. Correct.
Oh, I was right. Really? Okay. I was just guessing, so I don't know.
But
Interesting.
it's prompt. The serene Nordic landscape, a painting depicting a vast, open snowy mountain and a peaceful fjords under soft winter lights. A solitary old man is ice finish near the water's edge. The frame of the painting is unique and ornate, different from the others. The style is realistic with delicate brushwork painted by a traditional landscape artist. The overall mood is quite contemplative and auto, atmospheric.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Yeah.
The only reason I mentioned it is because the fishing guy.
Fishing guy.
The guy would not be fishing like that. So it looks a little bit off. Where like the fishing guy, like he should be casting or something.
Casting.
Because he's on land, right? You don't. What we call that would be called jigging. Jigging is when you're on a boat and you just drop it down and you bob it up and down, and that's kind of what he's doing. You don't really do that on the land. So that's the only reason I thought that was because of that one.
Wow.
But yeah.
So you are great. Nice. Okay.
Oh, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect art, right? It's art. Art's not supposed to be 100% perfect.
Okay. I'll prepare 10 questions. Please ask me.
Okay. So, have you ever felt a sense of stillness in an art museum?
Yes, I've heard that many times, especially after a race when I visited the museum. I naturally began to breathe more deeply and felt a sense of calm.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to art museums, so I don't know. When you look at art, do you usually read the description first or just look at the painting?
I sometimes end up reading the description first, but I've realized that painting the painting first often leads to deeper insights.
Okay, fair. I guess why do you normally look at the description first, though? Like, why would you look at the description normally?
Normally.
Yeah, you
Uh,
said you're trying to change, right? Now
uh,
you're changing to look at the picture.
uh,
But in the past, why would you look at the thing first? Yeah. Any reason? Or just because?
inspire, focus on this on display. Focus on this picture.
Because, like, for example, I look at the description first because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to find the correct answer first. I know that's not what you're supposed to do, but that's what I do. So I'm like, what did the artist want? Oh, this is supposed to be blah, blah, blah. Okay. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's important things. Yeah. It's
Okay.
not answer. Not answer. You are right. You are right. You are
Sometimes
correct.
not really.
Everyone is correct. Everyone is correct. You are correct. Nice.
Fair. Which stays with you more deeply, landscape paintings or abstract ones?
Landscape paintings stay with me more. I'm especially drawn to open mountains, rivers, and waterfalls with fishermen.
Okay, fair. Be a bit careful with landscape paintings or abstract ones, because abstract means just different than normal. So, for example, you could have an abstract landscape painting. It would just look like a weird landscape that's not normal. So, yeah. So it's a bit of a strange question, but that's okay. Is there a landscape painting that left a strong impression on you? Any specific one that you can think of?
Okay. Yes, I remember a Nordic landscape painting where the waterfall radiated right while the rock quietly cast shadow. I really stayed with me. So why did visit the museum? Because I took a lesson with another tutor. He lived in Finland. I want to share these things before. Yeah, it's the main reason.
Okay.
But I've never been there in Finland. But I want to inspire and I want to share what I learned.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Thank you.
So you wanted to connect. A good way of saying that is you wanted to connect to your
Connect.
tutor.
Want to connect to tutor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you ever become aware of your own breathing while looking at painting? Or painting, sorry.
5.
Yeah, number 5. Have you ever become aware of your own breathing?
Thank you. Yes, when I'm in front of painting, that captures a certain atmosphere of stillness. I become aware of my own breathing. Yeah. How about you? How about you? When when I a cook, when you was a cook, it's a busy.
The only time I've ever noticed my breathing is in stressful situations, not in everyday things. So like art or cooking or things like that, I've never really noticed my breathing. But for example, we went to Boston for the Boston Marathon.
Boston Marathon, yeah.
But there was a very famous year of the Boston Marathon with the Boston bombing, where I was at that marathon and there was explosions on either side, and I could feel my breathing. I could sense things a lot more differently in that stressful situation, but not in like an everyday life kind of stuff.
When did visit there? When did you visit there? In Boston?
3 years.
3
The
years.
year before the Boston bombing, the year of the Boston bombing, and the year after the Boston bombing. So we did those 3 years because the first year we went and my father and brother didn't perform as good as they wanted. So they're like, let's try Boston one more time. Then it was the Boston bombing. And then they were like, well, that was a terrible year. We can't let the terrorists win. We got to go back and have another good year after the Boston bombing. And so they went back for that reason. So yeah, those were the 3 years we went.
Wow, you have a brave. Wow,
maybe
brave guy.
Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. But yeah.
Thank you. 6.
Okay. Do you relate to the idea of asking questions rather than looking for the right answer?
I relate to what very much. I believe it's more important to ask meaningful questions than to research for a right answer.
Okay. Why?
Why? I can get easy correct answer by using internet. Now, so I'll get a new job. So I want to. It is important for me to ask a meaningful question. Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
It's now I'm a journey, way of journey.
Fair. Yeah, that's a journey you're on. Okay.
Journey you're on.
Okay. Now, what do you value most when you visit an art museum or any museum?
I value the insights that lies between the artwork and myself. I see the museum as a place for quite dialogue.
Okay. Why?
Why? So I need a thinking time and asking the question by myself. So painting is a less word.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that makes sense. remember, this is always going to be hard to explain because it's very emotional, not very factual, right? With factual stuff, you just, oh, this is what happened, right? But with emotions, you have to like try to explain the feelings behind it, right? So don't worry if it's a bit more difficult for this type of question.
Yeah.
But yeah, that makes sense. How would you feel when you see international exhibits in Japan? So you're seeing finished things in Japan.
It makes feel connected to the world and expand my perspective. It's special to experience such exhibition in my hometown with a connect to Northern.
Okay. Interesting. And have you ever felt like you were having a dialogue with a work of art? Oh, sorry, I skipped one. Sorry. How is Japan culture introduced or appreciated in your country?
Yeah. For example, in Nordic countries, Japan's minimalist aesthetics and harmony with natural appearance appearances. Japanese art and design are also popular there, like Uniqlo.
Okay.
Do you know Uniqlo? Where?
Oh yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's,
minimalistic.
Minimalistic. Now, this question does ask appreciated in your country, right? Not necessarily with another country. Like, how do Japanese people look at their own art? Are Japanese people very proud of their own art, or not so proud, or how do you think they feel about their own art?
It depends on situation. Yeah.
On average.
On average, yeah. Many Japanese proud in their country.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. So Canada is a unique place for art because we have the First Nations making art, and Canadians are very proud of our First Nations art because essentially the First Nations has lost their culture and they're fighting to keep their culture. And so, yeah, it's similar to like Ainu people, where like Ainu people have kind of lost a lot of their culture in the past and they have to fight to keep it, right? So it comes up being like a lot of Canadians are very proud of the art they see. And a lot of the art that is interesting to a lot of Canadians are that kind of First Nations art. It's not a lot of other people's art though. So unfortunately in Canada, it's a very small group that is very appreciated, and then the rest are treated as just normal art, nothing special. So it's a weird mixture of pride and ignoring. So we ignore and are very prideful at the same time, depending on who makes the art, etc. So yeah, it's
very
a bit of
interesting.
Strange situation.
Strange situation. Wow.
Yeah. But anyways,
I think so. Canadian has a diversity.
Yeah, quite a diverse country.
Diverse country.
Yep.
Yeah. Great.
Now, have you ever felt like you were having a dialogue with a work of art, like where it was speaking to you, or no?
Yes. When I stand in front of painting, questions and emotion arise within me, and I feel like I'm listening to them in a quick conversation.
Okay. And how are those conversations? Are they very emotional? or very basic. How do you feel about these?
Very emotional, or I have a simple question about this pictures. And for example, Nordic paint pictures is different, so different things, like mountain, snowy mountain, or river, and forest.
Sure.
Better than Japan's one.
Okay,
It's
so
an
you think it's
important
better.
thing.
Okay, in some ways. Interesting. Okay.
That's all. It's finished.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, that was quite unique.
Thank you so much.
Obviously, I'm not a big art person, but it's always unique to get a different perspective. I always like to hear people talk about it. Because, like I said, unfortunately for me, I don't get a lot of feelings from art. But trying to understand someone who does get feelings from it is pretty cool. I'm just not good at it.
So I think you are logical guy. So you
maybe
are
too much. But yeah.
You are so cook is a more statistic, more directly, more you cook
It's
the art
a
for
lot
people.
more. Yeah, it's a lot more logical and less to do with. Yeah. Oh, I gotta like organize things. Like I know there's a lot of artsy stuff with food. Like, oh, I'm gonna prepare this food this way, or I'm gonna make it this way. But unfortunately, food is still very much a logical thing. Like, how much money can we save with this? How do I make sure I can use this meat efficiently so that I don't throw away too much? Like, it's always about efficiency and stuff like that. Now, there is, of course, a little bit of art there. Like, how do I plate this to make it look beautiful? But again, we're still thinking in the efficient way. How do I make this look beautiful so that more customers come back? That's what we're thinking. We're not thinking, how do I make it look beautiful for the customer? It's how do I make it look beautiful so that the customer comes back? So yeah, it's a very different way of thinking. So it's hard for me to switch over into a nicer way of thinking because yeah, I have that thought pattern, I guess.
Yeah, thank you for your unique thinking. I like your reaction because you have an opinion by yourself, and as it's an important thing as a tutor.
Well, yeah, if you're different than someone else, then you're different.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with being different.
Last 1 minute. Please feedback in this lesson. If you,
Okay. So one thing, of course, like I mentioned with art and stuff, is it is a lot more emotional. So you have to think a lot of those special emotional words. But you also got to be careful that you don't sound like you're lying. So, like for example, if you're like, it's I don't know, like a fancy word like auspicious or something. If you're starting to use words like that, technically it might be the feeling you're doing because it might be a synonym of something else. But yeah, you still want to respond in a way that sounds like you. Right? Like you don't want to, if it's an emotional thing, it should be about yourself, not about just being better at English, right? So yeah, you got to be a bit careful with which words you choose because it might sound like a different person in the end. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
But yes, it was great to see you again. I'll see you soon. Okay.
See you tomorrow.